All right, good morning, folks. Welcome to the coffee run. It's John from ProCraps. Here we go. Yeah, we skipped a day. I saw Skill's note there in chat. My inner battle, I moved the show. The show is moved permanently, but not every day. So here, let's get set up to play, actually. What I got here, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. We're going to get going, and I'll explain what's going to happen. I've got $5,000 here, I think. I got $2,500 in purple back here. Plus 500 is 3,000. There is 3,500, 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 bucks. Okay, we're gonna go out there 1,800 across. So there's gonna be 1,500, 1,800 across with $200 in change. And let's do a little drawdown and play it out. I might actually go 1,850, and I'll show you why in a minute. Let's go 300 bucks per spot. Again, why not go 180 across and do the same freaking thing? It's the exact same. I'm just playing at bigger levels, right? I'll take 100 bucks and $50 change, and we're going to go here. We're going to go 10, 10, and 10 on the ATS, which I have no place to put it. So I'm going to put it just here on the line. 10, 10, and 10 there. And I'll do the hard ways. And again, you can't see the hard ways the way my table layout is. So I'll put these here. I'll spread them out like that. 10, 10, and 10. The hard ways I'm going to put here on the hard ways in my hot box. Okay, so there's the hard 6, 8, 10, and 4. We'll play the hard ways and the ATS for 50 bucks. There's my change, and we're out there for $1,800 across. Let's get 2 hits and down on the 1,800 and play it out. See what happens. We had a good run the other day, which means we're probably due for something shitty to happen today. But anyway, here we go. Let's get warmed up and do our thing. Good morning. See all the people showing up. That Dice Dr. Dan's here. We got Justice Jen is here. Did I see Ian being here too? There's a 7 on the come out. Ooh, ugly 7. Ugly 7 on the come out. That will replace, or need my ATS to be replaced. So let's take the 50 and get back 20. Let's watch the bleed, the ATS bleed happen on my show every day, right? Here we go. That was not a great throw. I don't think either dice hit the back wall on that throw, actually. Here we go. Too much yapping. Remember I said to you before, I was going to be more mindful in the mornings? Here it goes. I'm going to be less talking while I throw. All right. That is another 7. Good Lord. Reset the ATS twice. And that doesn't bode well for my shot here, right? I only got 20 bucks left. We're going to go 5, 10, 5. It's burned. I burned all that money already on the ATS and haven't thrown one number yet. Good gravy. This is that whole mental gymnastics thing. It's actually perfect for our show today, right? Like, what do you do here? First throws of the day. I got 1,800 bucks ready to get burned, not throwing well to get started. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do? I'm already getting a squirrely feeling. I'm already getting this feeling like I don't want to do this morning, right? I'm already feeling like, let's just do 160 across and hope for the best, right? There's a 4, a 3, and a 1. And there's that. Here we go. Let's mark the 4 up too on the ATS. I'll mark them down here in the field as we play it out. Where's my dice? Right here. All righty. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Joseph, I think the come out 7 is going to be called the sorry Jen from now on. That's funny. That's funny. Where's the 1 count? Should I 1 count here again, mental, do I 1 count myself or do I just go? Right? Do I 1 count myself or just go? Right? That's, again, if you're going to be consistent about things, do what you've been doing, right? I've been doing the 1 count, right? So why don't we do it? Let's 1 count ourselves here today. Normally, I don't do this when I'm doing the show, right? There's a 6. That would have been a payment. That would have been a payment, but let's mark it up. And I'll mark the box numbers in the back there. The 5, 6, and 8. Everything else I'll mark in the field for the ATS. All right, here we go. Bets are on. Bets are on. Come on, Johnny. Love to pop out a little small or something like that. Wouldn't it be great? 1, 2, 3, ace, deuce. Still not getting paid. We're still not getting paid. Okay, there's that. Yikes. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it. We are going to do it. Oh, they split, and it's a 7. See that? Told you I didn't want to play today. Did not want to play today. There's a 7. That's everything down. 1,800 plus the 20s. That's 18 and all the other shit down. Wow. Not great. Not a great start to the day. And I just, you know what? Some days you get that feeling, don't you? Let's take it all away. Take it all away. I'll leave the $1,800 out there, okay? Just for ease. I'll take 2K out of the rack. Again, we're here with 5,000 bucks, right? We have the money to do it. There's 2,000 out of the rack, okay? There's 200 and change that recovers my 1,800 that's out there. All right? I'll take the 200 bucks back. We'll go back out, as dumb as this is, on the hard ways. And a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10 ATS. Again, right in the middle of the table, we'll put it in the come. And the 50 bucks change. Here we go again. Here we go again. Boy, oh boy. Let's go. Let's go. Good looking toss. That was a 5. I like that one. That was a great throw. 5 is the point. Let's mark that 5. And let's do it. Let's do it. Turn those bets on, Roy says. Turn the bets on. I'll turn them on for you. We would have been fine. Last time we turned the bets on, we'd have got our first payment and been okay, right? Here we go. Here we go. Dice are out. Am I doing the 6-2 set? Yeah. Let's go. 6-5 mid-mo. Boy, I'll tell you, today's the day. No money's coming into the rack. There's not one dime coming to this rack today. Can you feel it? Can you feel what kind of day this is? My gravy. Let's go. Whew. I really got to recover here, so I'm going to have to take a couple of hits to come down, right? This can't just be a 2-hit and bye-bye strat. Another yo. 6-5. Another mid-mo. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to have to take 2 hits, I think, per level and still not really recover the whole 1,800. So we may have to do something a little bit different here to get our money back. There's a 639. Hey, we got money coming in. 639. That's going to pay 420. There's 300 bucks on it for 420. I can do 420 right there. I'm going to mark the 9. Actually, it's got to go in the back, like I said. The 5, there's the 9. Oh, I'll put the 9 here, actually. All right, cool. 420 coming back. I'm going to take 2 hits before I come down. Remember, we're chasing 1,800. I'm going to put the money that's coming back over here. We're chasing 1,800 to feel like we're even again, right? Which means we're going to need a total of 4 hits today on the second round to get back, right? So you dig yourself that hole. You dig yourself that hole, man. It sucks. Here we go. Here we go. What a nice looking throw that was. That was a 4. Beauteous. All right, there's the 4. I'm going to mark the 4. 300 is going to pay 600. And we're going to pull the bets down by half. So everything goes to 150. Oops. Ah. All right, to 150. There goes all the bets coming down. Let's make them look like 150. Each. And I screwed up. There's the 600 that I won. There's, I need 300 bucks to go to the bank. 300 bucks into the bank to pay for the greens. Okay. There, by the way, is 500 and 1,000. So I'm going to bring back 3 purples into my rack, which almost gets me where I kind of was before we started this whole mess, right? Now we're going to get 2 hits at this level and play the hand out and see where we ended up. All right? Here we go. Coffee run's going to take some work today, looks like. There's a 4. Awesome. 3-1 right there. That's the easy 4. So we're going to lose. I think I lost the hard way 4 last time too. So here's, I'll take that away. The last one, and now this one. I have to put it back. So there it is. I'm sorry about that. That's going to pay 150 is going to pay 300. Oh, I forgot the VIG, didn't I? The VIG for the first one was 15 bucks. The VIG for this one here is going to be 5, 6, 7. So I owe $22 in VIG. Here's 25 and some change. All right. That's our first hit at the 150. We need one more hit at the 150 level to get out of here. One more hit here. And then we'll do a little rack evaluation and see where we are. And let's go. That's a 6. Awesome. 5-1. It's the easy 6. We'll lose that hard way. So here's the hard way back. 150 pays 175. And that's our second hit at the lower level. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick rack count and see how much our recovery is and where we actually are in this thing. So I've got in the rack 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 2, 3, 400, 500 bucks. That's 2 purples. I'm going to put this back to the bank. I'm going to put this back to the rack and see where we are. Remember, we started out with $5,000, right? So what I've got here is 2,500, 3,500. Out there is 900. That's basically 4,500, 4,600 bucks. Okay, so we're going to play this out from here on down. We're going to stay out here at the $50 level. We'll go to 320 across. I'm going to take the blacks back and play this thing out from this point forward. I'll take this, let's get like this. Okay, 320 out there. I need the reds to cap the 6 and the 8. And let's go. Did I put the hard 6 back? I did not. There's the hard 6s back. All right, here we go. Let's play it out from here. I'm going to get color as I go and hope we have a good run. Get back to even. Even today might be a win. We might have to say even's a win, right? Again, talking mental gymnastics, right? You're struggling today. Early struggles. And is even a tough decision to go out the second time. Another easy 6. The second time was tough. I'm going to drop 10. I don't have 10 bucks. Darn it. Let's just get paid 70, 50, 70. Okay, we'll lose the hard 6, and it goes back off my win. Yeah, struggle today even to decide whether to play or not, right? In the early throws, I was like, I just wasn't feeling good, like I told you, and I didn't like what I saw, and like here I am. Discretion, better part of valor sometimes. Today we're okay. We're gonna probably end up close to even, I hope. Oh God, horrible throw, 7. Horrible throw, 7 out. No hard way wins today. No ATS wins so far. Take all this crap down. And let's see where the rack is. And make a decision on going back out there again. Let's make a call. Let's make a call. Get all these markers down. We weren't close to any side of the ATS at all in that one. All right, so I've got 3,500, 4,000, 4,100, 4,000, basically 200 bucks, 4,200 bucks. We're down 800. Okay. We can go back out there one more time at that big level and try and recover the loss that we have and get out of Dodge. Let's see if we can't recover that loss and have even a tiny, tiny bit of profit for the day. We'll do one more run here. 1,800. Little big boy Dallas draw down here. Last shooter. The last shooter. And we'll go the hard ways. Haven't done a hard way yet. And we'll do 25 bucks on the ATS. I'll do 5. Let's do like that. We'll do 10, 5, 10 on the ATS for that quarter. All righty. Puck's off. Let's go. Let's go. See, some days I said to you last week, or early in the week, do I play with Crapsy on the show or not? Some days the show is going to be 2 throws and 1 shooter. Some days it's going to be 3 shooters and 20 throws. Don't know if Crapsy's worth it here yet. But this was good throws for our logger. Here we go, coming out. 7, 5, 2, 7. ATS goes bye-bye. There's a quarter. Replace the bets. Anyway, I'm logging the throws so we can have a good, that good metric or that good set of tosses to kind of practice bets with. We did have an early bad throw, right? So it was a good, actually it was a good outcome. There was like a bunch of horn numbers and no real box numbers on that one. That's a really good throw to have in your list. Okay, there's aces on the come out. As far as like, you know, I want to have a list of 20 shooters that represent all the different ways, all the different outcomes. That's a good one. All righty, here we go. We got the aces out of the way. We got the midnight out of the way. Look at this. This is going to be our guy. This is going to be our guy right here. Can you feel it? You feel the worm turning? This is going to be it. This is going to be our guy. Ooh, there's a hard 8. Okay, we're not working the hard ways. Obviously, that was an 8, not a 9. Come on. I'm not working them. I'm not Ryan. I'm not working the hard ways, but we have an 8 as a point. We can at least mark it. Okay, we got the 8. That's awesome. Let's go. Bets are on. Bets are on. Johnny's on. Get that money back. Let's get that money back. Come on, baby. Be a 9. There it is. Look at that. Look at that 9. Boom. Let's mark the 9. Right there. 300 is going to pay $420 coming to me, which is awesome. Put that right in the rack. And let's take half our money down. Also bring that to the rack. Let's spread these out. And make them all 150. We'll draw them down by half. Go from 300 each to 150 each. Knowingly, the 6 and the 8 are the bad ones, right? That's the ones, they're the lowest paying ones out here. Everything else is kind of a bonus. All right, Johnny, let's do it. Let's do it. How about actually a yo or a 3 would be kind of cool right about now, don't you think? Right, a yo or a 3. I'll take an 8, that's fine. 8 is 175. That's cool. If 150 pays 175, we'll do 200. 200 for 25 out of my rack. I'll put the hard 8 back up from my rack. I'm going to mark the 8 up on the ATS. Already marked up. That's the point too, by the way. And we can take everything down. I'm going to go 125 across. Do I have reds? I do. I'll go 160 across. And we'll just play it out at that level. Play it out, see what happens. So we went from 1800 to 900 to 160, and we're just going to play it out. I'm going to get these greens looking like blacks. We're going to get our blacks in the rack looking like purples in a minute because I need blacks in here anyway. So I'll tell you where the rack is. That's 500. There is 1,000. Come on, chips, play along. 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purples. Back in the rack. And we have almost recovered. Look at that. We're $400 off of getting our money back after getting whacked in the beginning. So that's okay. That's okay. We're coming out. Coming out. There's a 5. 4 and a 1. Let's mark that 5. So for the small, what do we need? We need the 3 and the 4 for the small. I need the 10 and the 11 for the tall. I did have a 9. I didn't mark the 9. The 9's marked. I'll put the 9 up here. Then I like the 9 better up there. I just need the 10 and the 11. I can do that. I can do that all day. Let's go. Three. There's one of them. There's one of them, ace deuce. There's that 3. Homie just needs a 4. Just needs a 4 to get something out of this hand, right? 300 bucks. Four hard, baby. Oh, he did it. He done did it. All right, first things first. 50 for 1 on the bet. There's the dollar. There's 50. We're going to flip them over. Take the quarter back, leave the bet out there. The hard 4, it's going to be 35 bucks. And that's going to be a full parlay. Boom. That's out there. Okay. We mark the 4 for the ATS. That is the small. 175 to 1. Right. That's going to be for $10. I think that's 200 plus 150. Feels like 350 to me. Right. So 350 coming back. Look at that ATS win. Baby. That's a nice one. We needed that. Right. We needed that. That actually gets me back to square one of my rack. That's pretty awesome. Not going to leave a loser today. We're going to leave a winner today at some point. Some kind of a winner. That was a 5, not a 3. It rolled over. 415. That's the point. That pays 35 bucks. We're going to go to 50 with it and take 10 back. We're going to double tap the 5, 6, 8, and 9. That's the point. Let's take the puck off. Nice rollout this morning, huh? Did not expect this. I expected to come here and talk to y'all, not roll dice all morning, but what the hell? Here we go. Actually, you know what? In chat, tell me in chat, because the subject of today should be 3. Doesn't matter. We're talking about mental gymnastics, right? And I'd like to know from you all, and just put a little Q in front of it or a PC in front of it. Like the times that you're at the tables, and I don't need a specific story, but times at the tables where you fight yourself, right? The 6 was not marked. Oh, I didn't mark the 6. You're right. Thank you. Times at the tables where you're fighting yourself. Like, that's what I want to know. Like, today's about that. Today's about the times you fight yourself. And this morning I came out fighting myself. I didn't even want to play after those first couple of throws and not really warming up. And after the first result, I didn't want to play again. I didn't want to keep going, but I kind of have to. So the mental gymnastics that you go through there, what are some of yours? What are the things that you struggle with, right? Is it stopping when you're up? Is it keeping playing when you're down? Is it, not wanting to go, but you got friends there and tell me what's going through your mind. Let's do a little bit of joint therapy today. You know what I'm saying? There's an 8, 5, 3. Let's do a joint therapy session. Let's come over here for today. There's an 8. That's the new point. Looking for a yo. This is the vig from before. Looking for a yo. Looking for a 10, Johnny. Looking for a yo. Looking for a 10. We hit the small. This makes my whole day better. I feel like a whole differently happy person. 6 and a 1. Ah, damn it. As I'm talking shit, we blow it. 6, 1, 7. That's a huge bummer. We don't get the tall or the bonus baby hard way, right? It would have been lovely to hit that 4, right, and hammer it. But I think we're going to be a winner. I think we're going to walk away a winner today. I think we're going to walk away, if not a winner. Oh my God, look at this. You'll love this. There is 1, 2, 3, 475, 492. Okay, 492. We've lost $8 today. After all that, we lost $8. Here's the mental game, right? We lost $8 because if that was 500, pretend that's 500. There's our rack back to $5,000, right? Our rack is back to 5K. We would have been just fine. You guys can't see I didn't realize you can't see the rack. Hold on a minute. This whole time, nobody told me you can't see the rack. I had the wrong rack going. Let's go turn that guy off. There, that's the rack we want to see. We're back to 5,000 in the rack, but this is 492, not 500. So we're down $8 today. We lost $1,800 out of the gate. We recovered on shooter 2, most of it. Shooter 3, we did the full rest of the recovery. Little ATS bonus, baby, got me back to normal, and we lost $8. I'll take an $8 loss all day long after the start that we had, right? The start that we had, really, and not a huge way to recover, right? And that's kind of the thing. The recovery wasn't there, right? We in this strategy here, I recovered with 2 wins at the big level, 2 wins at the next level. It didn't get us back to square. We had to go back out again and do that a second time, right? So we actually got 3 wins at the $300 level and 2 wins at, or 4 or 3 wins at the 150 level. Almost got us back to square. I'll take it. To me, that's a tie is a win kind of a thing. So let's get into the actual meat though, right? A couple of quick announcements to make for us. One is going to be, I've got a bingo show scheduled this weekend. I'm not sure which day I'm going to do it. We'll do a bingo hour. We'll give away all the things, right? We've got the stick of dice, the casino tiers, stick of dice. We've got I got to get the logo up there, the Harvey's blood red dice. These are super cool. Those are blood red, not crystals, or not polished, or they're polished rather. Okay, I've got the win game used dice that have no void mark. These are freaking amazing. These are white and blue. They're super cool. Of course, we've got our Crash the Curve 24 wristband thingies and the chip. So all that, I got about 10 of those. So we'll play bingo for a few hours. Oh, I also have these things. I forgot about these. We have these guys. These tokens that are hard to see because of the shine. But I've got a Mirage token, and the Mirage, as you know, is no more. And I've got a Tropicana token. These are both, this one's game used. This is actually from this is a slot token. That's pure silver. And this one here is a commemorative Mirage. So anyway, all that stuff to be given away during bingo. The numbers, by the way, are good. I need my mouse. The numbers are good. We are at $2,200. We did I went with Lori and went through all the stuff for Craps for the Cure. Let me go actually go to that screen. We did 2,200 and change so far. When you take into account the online chat donations, what's been raffled so far, what's been given online so far in the main donation page, plus the in-person cash that was given, plus a couple people have pledged money. The AC Cruise pledged 1,000. We don't have the 1,000 yet, but they've pledged it, right? So that's in there. So we're about $2,800 away from naming rights. Yeah, 22K. That's where we are, Jen. 22K. It's like 22,100 and whatever dollars, right? When everything is considered, because I thought we were at 21, and Lori reminded me that there was folks have been mailing money in, like actual direct donations to her. Let me take my glasses off. So she's got other monies that have come in besides what we did, but through our group. So we're about 2,000 away. So what I want to do is this. I want to do a bingo day. I think the items we have here for bingo, they're fun. You buy some more bingo cards. That'll make us another $100 or whatever it is, right? That's not where the money's going to be. I'm going to do another a session with David. We're going to do a Crapsy session on Casino Quest. So they do a Crapsy show, I think on Sundays. So we're going to hop into their Crapsy show. There's a special Crapsy table that Chuck made where donations can be made to the dealer in Crapsy, but it's going to go to the charity. And also we'll do some live chatting. So I'm going to try and raise that $2,000 between bingo with us and a Crapsy session with David. We really got to get the auction items up. The big thing to me is them auction items. Those auction items are not selling like I thought they would, which is surprising, right? Joe's table, to me, is undervalued, right? That table's worth $5K. It's got about $900 in bids on it, right? We need to get that thing bid up. We need the cruise bid up. I need the lessons with heavy, right? That thing has only sold 500 tickets so far, right? So the auction items need to be kind of pumped up. So we'll do a Crapsy show with David for a couple hours. I'll shoot, he'll banter, and they'll do their live Crapsy betting when I'm shooting, and we're just gonna pump it up. So hopefully we can raise the extra $2,000 that we need that night, and yeah, then we'll do the big drawing on Veterans Day. So that's going to be it. We might even do that Crapsy Day again, or only on Veterans Day, and make that the day. So keep your ears tuned. We'll get that figured out. Okay, so that's kind of the Crash for the Cure update there. And as moving on, I just want to talk to you about your brain, and let's go through the chats. Any good chats in here that I can see? Before I go on, let me look at the chat. There's not a whole lot of chatter today. Dice talk. We got to get John a new job. We'll talk more about that later. I'm sorry that my schedule is what it is, but hey, you know what? Life is what life is, right? Um, PTSD for Jen. That must have been from the come out sevens on the ATS. Let's see. Um, Let me see. I thought there was something here we wanted to talk about. The horn doesn't count as a roll. I should have, yeah. Bankroll 3180 now. Yeah, yeah, we went down a little bit. So again, this is the thing, right? You go out there in 1900 or 1800, and we did 10 10 10 and the hard ways, and you're out there for 1850 basically, and you one count yourself, get no hits, and you're freaking done, right? That's brutal. And again, it goes to mental state, right? It goes to mental state. If I'm coming out here, and again, I want you to picture me in Vegas doing this, okay, or wherever every morning. And again, I'm not going out there $1,800, okay, but I sure as hell would go out there with 180, and I'm gonna go from 180, and I'd bring it down to 96 across, and I'd take that second hit, and that's a $50 win, and I would do it a couple of times, right? That's $100. That's not a bankroll killer, okay? What is a bankroll killer is if you go out there 180 across and you donk yourself, and you're like, well, shit, now what, right? I brought the $5,000 to play with, right? I'm going to either use the $5,000 to make my money or I'm not. So I made the decision today, the mental, right? We're going to take at least 2 cracks at it. We'll take out of the $5,000, I'll go $1,800 twice. That's $3,600. If we don't get it in 2 times, then it's kind of like, it's not so much hitting stop loss 0. It's more like it's not my day, right? And sometimes, right, the mental toughness piece of this thing just says, you know what? It ain't my day. Sometimes it ain't your day. I know the math doesn't support it, right? The math will say, well, the next guy could just be the one, right? And sometimes you're just going, just not enjoying this, right? It's not what I want to be doing right now. And if it's not what you want to be doing right now, then get the hell out of it, right? For us, right? What mentally pulled me back today was you all. Like, I'm not just going to go out there and get whacked for $1,800 and go, well, that sucked, and let's do a show. I wanted to keep throwing. A, get some more practice in. B, get some more throws logged for the notebook. And so I gave myself permission to be normal today, right? The last point up there. I gave myself permission to just do what we all want to do, which is sometimes just play it out, right? But it's okay to feel shitty about it. And that's the thing I think that I want to talk through today is it's okay to have those moments where you feel like A, not very good at this game, right? B, I feel like crap because I'm out of money. I had a talk with some of the hosts yesterday, and we had this, and again, this is another mental state thing, right? For when you have a host, and you're playing out there on a private table, or you've got whatever, let's just put your brain in here, okay? Let's say that you are going traveling, you're going to Vegas, and you call your host. Hey, I need a room. Okay, cool. Host gets you a room, and off you go to Vegas. You have your nice room. And what's the expectation, right? Eric told us this the other day, right? What's the expectation from the host, number 1, and from the casino, number 2? You can put it in chat. I know you know what the expectation, but let's talk about it anyway. The expectation is that you're going to play, right? If the casino gives you a room and some food, they expect you to play. If a host gets you private table or brings you into a group with a private table and gets you a room, they expect you to play because it takes a lot of work to get that stuff done. It puts you, however, in a spot where you might be fighting yourself up here, right? I don't have the money to put in the hours required. I'm here with my family. We're going to go see a show. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I don't have the bankroll or the time to put in 6-7 hours at a table that the casino expects from me, given that thing. But you have to. Right. And now you're here. Now you're fighting with yourself. What am I going to do for 6-7 hours at a table? Right. We talk about this all the time on this show specifically. If you, and I think all of us do, have a limited bankroll, how do you play for 6 or 7? How do you put that time in? Right. And meaningful time. And Eric gave us a good example. You go out there at 320, like I did. Let's just take what I did here today. Right. I go out there $1,800 across. Right. Maybe in your world, you go out there 320 across. And you take a hit and you go to 160, right? First of all, if you're private tabling it, apparently regressions aren't a good thing, right? They rate you down when you regress. Whatever. If I'm playing for a paycheck, I don't care about my rating, right? If I'm buying in for 1800 or 320 across for 2 hits, I could give 2 shits about my rating. I'm there for the coffee run. I did that during Crash of the Cure. Got up, went downstairs. I was doing 160 double regress, right? And walking out with $100 every time for 5 minutes. I didn't care. I didn't give them my card. I'm like, hi, I'm here. Whatever. We talked. I bet for them. It was good. I didn't give them my card, right? I don't want that rating. I think Dice Doctor Dan asked about this, right? About getting rated if you're that player. Sure, give them your card, right? Because you're going to earn some level of points, at least for your get it food. But honestly, that's not what I'm there for. And my mental state is I'm here for me. That morning coffee run is for me, not for them, not for the hosts, not for anybody else. That's for me. That's going to work, right? And the mental game that I play with myself sometimes is I got to put myself in go to work mode versus go to have fun mode. And sometimes having fun means how do I play for 4 hours, right? That's regressing, man. Playing for 4 hours is a little bit of regression. It's a little bit of like, maybe it's just a 4 and 10. Maybe it's just a 4 and a 10 for $25 each at a $5 hardware on both of them. That's it. Maybe that's your whole thing. $50 a shooter. Maybe you make it back once in a while and you can play for 11 hours, right? And get your little rating and kind of put your time in. But it's hard mentally to put yourself in that position where you feel like I have to play. Today, good example. I PSO'd myself and I said, John, you have to keep playing. You can't do that. You have to play, right? I put myself kind of in a, entertainer's mode. You all need me to play so you can make fun of me in the chat. That's cool, right? At the private tables, you got to play. At a comp room, you got to play. So your brain is fighting you. Now you're going to go out there and go, well, I don't want to play, right? I think Jen said it this morning when I was getting warmed up. I think she might have said I was super negative to start, and then I started to believe, right? But I did start negative, didn't I? I had 2 terrible throws. I didn't practice this morning, like my bad, right? I walked my dogs, came downstairs, barely got the show off on time, and rolled the dice, right? No warm up, 2 sevens. I'm like, oh my God. Like there were 2 terrible throws. There was no spin on my dice. They looked ugly in the air. I'm like, man, I just don't want to do this, right? I feel like this is going to be a bad day. And of course it was. Now, did I manifest that? I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I sure as hell felt like I did, right? And I put myself in a spot where I said, I have to keep playing. And got lucky, then I became a believer of myself, right? I did hit the small. I hit the small today, believe it or not. I hit the ATS in Vegas too. But yeah, the point of it all is this, and I want you to, again, put yourself in the position of these kind of things, right? Deciding to go or not. Deciding to go or not is mental gymnastics, right? And I think, honestly, if you're weighing whether to go or not, don't go. Right? I'll put it out there. And depends on, I guess, why you're weighing the decision not to go. But if your decision to go or not go is based on bankroll, don't do it, right? If you're worried about it, right? We were talking about this in our hosting meeting yesterday. It's like, people who are expected to play for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, but don't have the bankroll, what are they supposed to do? I said, what are they supposed to do? They're here. This is what they've got for bankroll. They're part of this group, but they're, you got the whales in the group, you got the regular people in the group. What is the expectation, right? If you're wrestling with, should I even buy into that table? It's a $15 or $25 game, and I've got $500. If you're wrestling, should I even buy in? Don't buy in. I'd rather you don't buy in than wrestle with it, right? If you're going to say, this is my, let's say it's the day you're leaving. It's my last $500. Should I buy in? Well, why not? That might be a sayonara day for you, right? You got to play with that a little bit, right? And you got to play a little bit too with like what's happening out there, right? Should I have gone dark side after the first 2 sevens? Should I have said, oh my God, 2 sevens in a row, I should just go dark. I should have went dark, right? Should I have, mental gymnastics says, or was in my brain, I'm fighting myself going, God, I want to go $1,800 across because I'm trying to get my 2 hits and go and get out of here, but I'm not feeling it right now. Should I go horseman? Had I gone horseman, right? We'd have got that point set. We'd have got the 3, the ace deuce 3. We'd have got a number and we would have got a 7 out and we'd been fine, right? had I made that decision early. But I was trying to force it. Now, luckily, I forced it and we won. Hard, right? It's really hard upstairs to get yourself through this stuff. And I think we all face it. And that's why I kind of want to have this kind of group session today. It's very, very tough. Royce says this at the PNW meetup last year. I had a few losses in a row, made a decision to do a cross bet on the next shooter and take down the bet with each win. The next roll had many repeaters and you were torn. God, how often have we been in that position, right? I like to be in a cross better. I'll give you another one along the same lines. I like to be in a cross better, right? I prefer, when I can, to have them all covered, okay? I'm not a DI that thinks or has proven that I can get only 6s and 8s or only inside numbers, right? I'm like, I don't know where these things are going to land. Give me them all. Give me all the numbers. Give me a 160 across and a $10 field because I really don't know what's going to happen with my dice, right? Or $10 C&E. I really don't know what's going to happen. Just give me all the freaking numbers, right? When I'm down and I'm like, man, I just got crushed. I just got PSO'd on. I got PSO'd on. I got one hit and I'm like, shit, you're torn because I still think the across bet gives me better opportunity to win, but I just got planked twice, right? Does that mean the next shooter is going to get me again? No, but it does mean that my bankroll's half, right? And like Royce is saying here, he was torn, right? Probably because your bankroll got crushed, right? You go 160 across or 320 across a couple of times, you get bonked on that. That's half of your rack gone today. Out for 5,000, lost 2K in the first shooter. Like shit, there's a third of my bankroll's gone, right? That decision to go back, let's do it again, right? What I tend to do is do this, right? I either go horseman because I know it's cheap, right? It's a $25 don't, it's $3 $10 comes, and it's cheap. I can get it. I can get out of there for $55 instead of 96. It's half the investment. I can survive on it, and I'll do that kind of stuff. What I do a lot of times also is maybe what Royce had done is that you did like a duck and cover type of thing. Go across, but get the money off, get the money off, get the money off. And now you're in a repeater situation. You're not getting paid. And you're like, shit, I'm missing out on something good, right? Oftentimes I'll go inside and not get the 4 and 10. Inevitably what happens? That's the shooter that rolls 4 4s, right? The mental part of this game is what chews you up. I go across, I get beat. I go across, I get beat. I go inside, and they throw the freaking 4s and 10s on me, right? The mental gymnastics. That's where you say to yourself, God, I just suck at this game. Like you're like, God, I fancy myself a person who knows what's going on, right? I fancy myself as somebody who can read a table and like, I get the vibe and blah, blah, blah. And you make the decision and it's a complete opposite thing. Sometimes, like Garrison says, you have a torpedo table that just knows exactly where you are and it takes you out. Can't help it sometimes, right? The question is though, what do you do with it, right? And I think I'm not a psychologist. My daughter is about to be a psychologist, right? But what do you do with it when that happens to you, right? And I think not so much what do you do with your bets or your bankroll, going to the ATM machine or not. Obviously, when you're getting beat, you don't do that. But what do you do? And what do you do up here, right? And I say it up here on the thing. It's human nature to second guess your bets. It's human nature to try and chase the table. It's human nature to be pissed, right? I say this, take a breath, take a break, walk away for a minute. If it's not going well, I know the math doesn't care. Shackelford and the other guys will tell you it doesn't matter. Next guys, and I say it too, the next guy might be the guy, right? If you're not enjoying it, get the hell off the table. If you're not having any fun, go away. You might feel pressure from your host or from the casino to play hours at that table. You got to be a human and give yourself permission to be normal, right? Normal people say, when I'm getting punched in the face, hide my face, right? Walk away from the table. Get out of it. Let your mental come back. Go get a drink. Get a cup of coffee. Have a donut, right? Hang out with your wife or your husband. Do your thing. Be normal. Give yourself permission to feel it, right? We were in Vegas and a couple of guys were really feeling like, man, I can't get it. No matter what I do, it's wrong, right? The table was going south. I did this other thing. That's when the shooter got hot and you all made money and I made nothing, right? And we're all crowing. We're all high-fiving because I just made $1,000 on this guy, right? Somebody else in our group lost $300 in the same shooter because they tried to dodge and weave and do things, right? Instead of just saying, it's just not going well for me. I'd rather just not play and miss a good roll than try and pinpoint the thing. And when you try and pinpoint it, you get hurt, right? And I think that's kind of the point. So give yourself permission, I think, to be normal. Okay, I'm looking through the chats here. How many hours? Well, the thing is, they expect a lot of hours at the table, right? The table was, again, in our particular case, that table is open from 10 to 10 or 10 to 1 or something like that every day. So they want all the hours all the time. In that particular case, it was a weird situation. It's all about the Theo, right? It's all about, if you can be there for 3 hours, but your bets are averaging $200, it's different, right? When you have a private table and you're playing at a different table, that's the bad look, right? And that was the expectations. We'll talk about it later, but yeah, the expectation is playing at the one table that we got, not the regular table. So that was the thing there. But yeah, they want many hours, right? They expect hours when you have such. And again, casinos, not just this particular weekend, but casinos in general, they want hours, right? If they're going to give you a room, they expect you to play at their place, right? We always kind of feel guilty about it. Oh, I gotta put in time. Harris gave me a room. I gotta put in time at Harris because they gave me a room, and there's truth in that, right? Otherwise, the rooms don't necessarily come. So, Tom Marco says, mystical craps, tune into the serendipity of the moment, rendezvous with luck, right? Sometimes you just catch it. And I don't think, again, I know that Dusted One does this. I know that Miguel does some of this. I know that Craig does some of this, right? Where they're kind of based on X, Y is going to happen, and they do a lot of that. I don't know that I even call that a trend chasing, but it's a vibe chase, right? I don't subscribe to that. My vibe is I'm going to play or I'm not. I'm not down to trying to play what's happening and trying to dodge and weave other than bankroll decisions. I will go dark side because if dark side's less volatile and it's cheaper, right? Table goes south on me, or if I lose a bunch of money, I'll switch to the dark side, not because I think sevens are going to come, but I know I can play that way for a little while longer, cheaper. And the way that I play dark side with a little tiny hedge, I can come back to the right side if I need to. I play in ways that get me to be able to shift. And if a table goes well, I can still capitalize, right? I don't try and do the dance. I don't try and do the dance with the dice because I feel like you're getting your toes stepped on all the time. So that's personally for me. And again, I think the normal feeling is, get me off this thing, right? I'm not having any fun. Let me get out of here. This is why casino housing is not for me, right? The expectations of you don't match the expectations from them. And it's so true, right? They put you in a different mindset, right? They put you in an I have to play mindset. And the I have to play mindset means you're going to lose money. You're just going to lose because, again, you're going to put in time. Time is the hardest part of it, right? Yeah, the casino should be raising your rating when you press, but they typically don't. And it's about when you get looked at, when the bets are seen, right? Your initial bet spread. But and here's what happens, right? Sometimes you go out there, and let me just give you a quick example. Let me go to the table really quick because I want to show you something. And this is, I was talking to a dealer friend of mine about this, and here's a ratings thing, a ratings trick for you, okay, if you will. When you go from, Jeremy showed this the other day on his show. He was doing, let's get, I don't know why I had this weird money sitting here, but let's go 160 across, okay, which is an okay bet, right? 160 across is an okay sized bet. You want to be a regressor, okay? You want to take your one hit. Where's my dice? We'll roll the Harvey's dice, okay? We got a 6. Let's just pretend we're already on the point. 6, $35, right? And you want to take that hit and you want to regress to 96 across, a little Dallas drawdown, okay? Not a bad move. I make this move here on the table, right? Let's do it, right? What happens? You got a table where they're expecting rolls per hour. What does the dealer have to do? They have to do this. They got to take all your money down, right? And what they typically do is they push them all up, right? They do this. They go, okay, I got 100. There's 90, 95 here, 4 change, and they do this, give it to the box, and now they set you up 96 across. Well, what's happened? What has happened here? Right? A, Watch how long this takes, right? And again, I'm not a great dealer by any means, right? But look how long this takes, right? I'm doing all this work, getting it all set up, and invariably it's like they didn't get it right or whatever, and you're like, yes, include the point, right? That color change takes a minute. While they're doing this, dice aren't being thrown, and while dice aren't being thrown, the bosses are looking, and they're going, who's the jackass that changed colors on us? And it's you. Now your average bet's $15, right? They're not going to look at your initial 160 and go, that's a quarter level player. They're saying, nope, this guy's a $10 player. Because when the next hit comes, if I roll again, right, there's my 5, and I get my $21, and I say, you know what? Take me to 64 across, please. And they have to go, oh shit. And they go here. They got $4 there, and they go, there's 15, 30, 45, 60. And they do this, and now they gotta, again, you are a $10 player, and you're a pain in their ass. This sucks, right? Now you're here, right? And you've taken your money back, and for you and for me, we're happy. There's 100, there's 50. Your money's basically back, and you're playing 64 across. Okay, you're feeling like you're a great player, and you are. You took care of your bankroll. You get to play again. You get to be here for another shooter. You get to put your time in at the table that's expected of you. But the casino just saw you take 2 rolls away, right? In the amount of time that it takes to drop those bets down from green to red and from red to less red, you've taken rolls off the table, right? You might have sucked 2 rolls out of the hour that they were expecting on that table. That is a negative on your rating. That's one of these things where they will rate you backwards on that. And frankly, even if you press the 8 to 420 on a great roll, they don't care. It doesn't matter because you were that guy to start with. That's what I'm discovering. The more I talk to bosses, why are we so blurry here? The more I talk to bosses and the more I talk to people, that's why I'm going to go back to here and then here. I don't know why it's so freaking blurry. That's what happens to you, right? So the mental game is this. Play your game. Give yourself permission to be you. Put your hours in. But know that your hours are going to count at $10. They're going to be $10 hours, not $25 hours. That's just the way that it works, right? Nothing you can really do. Nothing you can really do to fix that other than stay at the higher level or play a bigger table. That's what it is, right? Dan says the card when the short play was my point. So sometimes they looked PO'd when you register and then what? Right. Here's my card. Here's a buy-in. Thanks for the chips. 1, 2, 3 rolls and I'm out. See you later. They get like, what? Right? Your ratings are nothing. You're getting rated for 5 minutes of play, and they know, and that's what's going to happen. But you will get at some places the little in the mail. You get a free pots and pans or a free dinner or something like that for your family. That's why you do it, not for anything else. Louis out. See you, buddy. Let's see. I want to see. Joe played a lot of Horsemen in Vegas. I see that. What else is here? Joe is very disciplined. Right? Win a little here, lose a little there. Always grinding. Joe did great. Joe did great throwing and betting, by the way. Blue collar craps, he calls it out there. It was awesome, right? Very cool. Take a break, hit the ATS. Was that your break when I hit the ATS that night? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hit the ATS twice that night. I'm just putting that out there. That was a pretty good. Let's see what math works for me and your bankroll. Enjoy the winning sessions and you got to accept the losses, right? But don't take a loss for taking a loss's sake. Right. And like I say, the longer you play this game, the more you realize you got to enjoy your time here. If it's awful, right? If you're not enjoying your time, don't play. Like, again, give yourself permission to be normal. This blurriness is bugging the crap out of me. I don't know why. Hold on a second. I know it doesn't matter to you, but it matters to me that I switched a screen and my thing went to hell in a handbasket. What happened over here? Let me go here. Watch this. Oh, HDR. Nope. That's not. Oh, there it goes. Now we're clear. Sometimes you hit a button and magic happens. I'm not sure why it did that. Anyway, what else do we have? Anything else you want to talk about before I go to work? It's 8:10. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about that. Somebody made a joke earlier about me and my getting a new job. The company that I work for is based in Chicago, right? So they start at 7 o'clock in the morning, right? My 7 o'clock is their 9 o'clock, right? So I'm, during the show time is work time for my people. So most of their meetings, their morning get-togethers are at 7 in the morning, right? It's why, there's days I can't do the show because I have to be there for this meeting that's 9 o'clock to them. So it is what it is. So the show will be a little bit. I'm going to try for the 7:15 to 8:30 slot every day, right? That gives Joe some bleed over time. My goal is to go 3 or 4 days a week, 7:15 to 8:30. There's going to be a couple days a week where I can't do it. So sorry in advance for days like yesterday where things just happen and work gets in the way, but we'll try and be as regular as we can, right? I don't plan on a lot of shows like this even where I have a topic. I plan a lot of times to just shoot the dice and talk, right? And just kind of, like level the show down a little bit in terms of less lecture, more fun type of thing. So even the morning rollout today was good. If that went longer, fine. We could have had the same conversation while I'm tossing. That's how I feel that. So, all right. Joe says, by the way, let's see. I disagree. If the dealers can do their job well, it shouldn't take long. Yeah, we played, except for at Durango, most places are break-ins, right? Every dealers, remember, there's a shortage of craps dealers. We know this. A lot of craps dealers are learning. At the private table, they were learning crap lists. They didn't even know what the payouts were, right? At that private table, they were learning crap lists. They didn't know how to do the VIGs or how to pay them. So those regressions were killing them, right? When I went from 110 inside and I took the 35 hours and I said, give me the 11 and the 3 for $30 each, that lady looked at me like I had horns come out of my head. She had no idea what I was talking about, how to split the bet, like things like that. And the pit had to come in and fix her like 3 times. She got the bets wrong. It happens, right? That's where you run into these problems where you get judged down. And it is what it, I can't, I said, I'm not making it up, right? The report from the casino was too many regression players. That was, I had the casino, they like our play, blah, blah, blah. And the report from the casino was you brought too many regression players. That's what they said to us, right? That was the report, not from my hosting team. It was the report from Station. And they were reporting on both us, by the way, and they lumped the AZ crew in there too, because there was all of us were there together. The general consensus was too many regression players, which means everybody got rated down to their lowest level of play, not their highest level of play. And that's it. That's the truth. I can't spin it any differently than that. That's the truth. Skills, if you have to play 6, 7, 8. I agree. Right? Low level 6, 7, 8 is cool. Let's see. Posted for material costs. Yeah, you're at $1,000 in materials and 150 hours in labor, right? And I think it's when I say get 5K into the table, I'm looking at your time too, right? Your time is money as well. Yeah, agree with Dylan. 6, 7, 8, way underrated. Way underrated. It's a good way to play. I should play more of that here with y'all in the morning, actually, because 6, 7, 8 works, especially when you're trying to grind, right? You want to be in and out quick. 6, 7, 8 sucks because there's too much bleed. You want to be playing forever. 6, 7, 8 is great. You can't play it on the crapless table, but you can play 6, 7, 8 the rest of your time. Anyway, yeah, Kevin Smith, who worked at a casino, by the way. Casinos hate regressors and pressers, right? The regressors, hey, there's time involved, there's color change involved. They're making no money on the regressors, right? The pressers in craps can be killers, right? Same bet all day long. That's the house edge, right? I showed you house edge all the time, right? The house edge, what you should get paid versus what you do get paid on the same bet. They can calculate that all day long. That's why they love come bettors and place better, or come bettors and line bettors, because they know what the edge is on all those bets. When you're pressing, it injects volatility into the game, and they don't want volatility. So there it is. Yeah, even this, Jen, I tried that. Remember, I tried that a couple of times, and that at Planet Hollywood, I was doing sister regressions, and they hated it. I was like, 160 across, get a hit, take the 5 and 9 both down to 15. Remember that? She made the 9 look like 50 and took my 5 down. Like, it was a whole thing. Like, that style of play is not a Vegas style of play, which is what it's funny you hear that, right? When talking to David, same thing. He's saying in Vegas, people don't really do that. People come to Vegas with their foot on the gas most of the time. That's what happens. Your local players, we're dinking around. We're doing the regressions and going 4 or 5 times a week, right? The Vegas way, the vacation, playing vacation craps is not regressing. It's this. They're used to that, right? So these moves we were pulling, they were like, "What are you doing?" They got it after a while, but in the beginning, boy, it was a tough get. Anyway, that's it. Final word, guys. I'll go back to what I said earlier. Give yourself permission to be normal. Feel the feelings, right? If the feelings are strong, go, right? Don't play when you're having strong feelings. Even if you're going to be there, turn your bets off for a minute. Go find the drink person and get yourself something to drink. Stop playing for a minute. Be normal. It's okay. Feel the feelings, right? Don't fight the feelings. You cannot say, "I suck at this game," or "the game is killing me and I don't know what to do and I'm just going to rail dump and try something else," right? Don't walk around with your dick in the dirt saying, "I suck at this game. Why am I even here? This is stupid." Because that's not true either. Sometimes you're just, as Alex says, unlucky. Unluck happens. Luck happens. Just embrace that, right? And again, feel the feelings, be normal. Don't let your feelings affect how you play. That's the biggest mental gymnastics thing I can talk about today. All right, let's go. Let's go to work, everybody. You have a good, what is it, hump day? Happy hump day, happy Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow, not at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow is one of those days where I have an early meeting, so I will adjust the schedule. I'll see you on the morning, though, for another run, another coffee run. Maybe you'll have a better throw in the morning. We broke even today. Maybe tomorrow we can make some money. In the meantime, God bless every one of you. Love you. Bye.